Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to Side Dish. It's Saturday. We're going to make two things tonight, a little pot sticker and a little cream cheese wonton. They're not difficult to put together, but they're real delicious. So we're going to do it. This week has been fun for us. It's been a lot of work. We redid my office last Saturday, so we've been continuing to do that. And we got our second vaccine shot today, so she's feeling a little low energy right now. But we're going to get through it. I hope everybody else is doing well. And looking forward to, getting out of this craziness. So I hope everybody gets their vaccine soon. We're just working it hard. So Amy's on back there. Denise is here. Gus is roaming around somewhere. So we can just get going on it. I do appreciate everybody being here. And this is episode 39. So if I did my math correctly, we are 3/4 of the way through our year. We've done 3/4 of the year on shows. So that's kind of fun. So we're going to continue to 52 and then on. So what we're going to do, the recipes are fairly simple. We're going to start with the ground or the pot stickers first because there's a little bit to chew them. But I got 1 pound of just regular ground pork. You don't need any flavored or anything like that. So let's get that open. And then we're gonna try and get the old recipe up on the screen. Amy's got it up there. Oh my goodness! See, look at us, folks. We're improving every week.
I did it. There's a typo on it, but I did it.
Damn it. Well, it was an experimental thing. So, all right. So then it's going to be 1 pound, as you see there, of ground pork and 2 green onions. So let's chop up our good stuff here and get it in there. Because then it'll come together quickly. So the hardest part of this, and the hardest part with any of things like this, is the wrapping. We used to make wontons quite a bit, and we haven't in quite a while. And it's basically the same filling as the pot stickers. But the rule is, I think I've said this before with the egg roll, but no folding, no eating. So the rule still stands. But I'm gonna roll the first ones, and then we're gonna try them. And then after we get off the camera, I'll roll the million other ones we're going to make, and then we can freeze them. That's the nice part. Once you get them frozen, you can totally freeze. You can totally freeze them up. So, coming soon, we're going to be we'll be on remote location in March in Portland at Ted's house. So look for that fun. We'll do something Portland themed maybe. They're weird, so anything. Maybe Ted will finally get his wish of having German potato salad made, but I wouldn't get too, your hopes up too much. So how's everybody's week been? I'm trying to think, what have we done this week? Anything we watched that we really, really liked or new or anything? We could say, there's, I think we've said it already, but Resident Alien on Sci-Fi is real good. Amy's mom got her first vaccine, and we said, well, what do you want to do after we get our second vaccine? And she's like, can we go to a movie? And yeah, we can totally do that now. So we're going to be, hopefully in a month or so, we'll be ready to kind of slowly start entertaining again. And we'll see what that looks like. So, it's a mask world probably for a long time. So we're just going to continue to do that. This should be pretty finely chopped, right? On the green onions. Yeah. Because you want it, you don't want big chunks. You want it to kind of mix together really well. So. And you can see you don't need too much for the pound of that we have of pork because kind of mixing together. The pork's the star of it. This is all going to add flavor. Yeah, this green onion is getting me. That's crazy. Usually green onions, they're not as bad. So I saw a thing the other day a hack that somebody did. It was a
Was it the guy that put the saran wrap on his face except for his nose?
No, this woman was wearing a hoodie, and she took one of her clear lids and put it in the hoodie, and then squeezed it shut. And that I thought I could. I was like, I couldn't
That's
do that
pretty
because the handle would be in my face, but you know, I don't think there's really a trick to it other than, you know, it releases what is it? Sulfuric, not sulfuric. Oh, geez, sulfuric. No, it's maybe it is sulfuric.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Some sort of volatile compound.
it gets into your eyes, and then when it gets into your eyes, it that's the point in which it actually goes like mixes with the liquid, and that's why you're going like, it's burning my eyes, because it realistically is. We need, what do we say? 1 tablespoon of ginger. It says finely chopped, but if you can, I think, because it's going to mix in. We want the flavor, but we don't want big chunks of it. So if you can grate it, if that's good too. But you can use your spoon. That was spoon to do this. We've done that before, but I've got the knife. I don't want to dirty something else up, since you know, we got other things to do. Wash dishes. Wow, this is really. Now this recipe
Really woody.
it's kind of woody on this end, but just trim it off the woody stuff. Both recipes, like they come together easy, but the wrapping is going to take you a while. So, you know, put it in a big bowl, get it at your kitchen table, everybody sit around, they take some wrappers, and everybody either has their own bowl for egg white and water, or egg and water, or, you know, do it, have them communal, and just go, you know. I was going to grate this, and then I decided, let's just chop this. It'll get nice and fine. But you're going to get it nice and fine. So as much as, and this is already looking like a tablespoon, so I don't really need to do much else. Wait, you know what I forgot to get? The clove of garlic. That's in there, Denise. She'll be on camera, so I'll just grab it. Don't worry. I know that you don't want to show the world your beautiful face.
I don't want to break your equipment.
I know. It's just, if it's too much, it'll register. I'm like, oh my God, it's too radiant.
That's right.
So.
Don't want to show you I'm really a vampire.
Really a vampire? I think.
Oh, did we talk about this last time?
Vampires?
No. About you being a Highlander?
We did not talk about this.
So Doug's COVID.
No. Let's talk about the background here.
Doug has always claimed that he is a Highlander.
Because I look young. Yeah, in some cases, I can look younger than I actually am.
Yeah, you always get carded. Like, we haven't been in a bar in a while, but the last time we were in a bar, he was still getting carded. It's bullshit. So he gets his COVID vaccine card, and it says that he was born in 1577. So I don't even think he realized that it said it. I pointed it out, and when I said, why does this say you were born in 1577? He didn't even miss a beat. He just looked at me totally straight-faced and said, I've been telling you this for years. What do you guys think about that?
Medical records have outed me, so, I mean.
The brain makes sense now.
Kim says she loves the Middle Ages. And Denise says your premature gray hair is no longer all that premature.
It's true. All right. So I'm not going to put this whole can.
Yeah, you are.
The whole can?
Yeah.
That seems like an excessive amount, but okay.
That's crunch.
Crunch.
So drain it. You know, Jack, you're not coming out of your kennel, buddy. So quiet, you.
No, bad dog.
Again, you can do all the chopping for both of these recipes, even though there's really, for the cream cheese wontons, there is really no
It's like
chopping.
3 ingredients, isn't it?
Yeah, but and we're adding the shallot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, This seems like so much compared to with the rest of it. But you know what? It's your baby.
It also helps to, it's a filler too, which is better because you want to make sure that you cook your pork all the way.
Yep.
So you don't want it to be super dense because then it won't cook. I don't like it when I get pot stickers and the pork's not cooked all the way. Weirds me out.
While you are doing this part, or when you're getting ready to make all of this, for the oil for the cream cheese wontons, because we're going to deep fry those, you're going to want to get that started. You want to get it to 360. I got it; it's up there now, so I'm going to just let it. I turn it down to low to kind of just maintain a little bit, and if the temperature goes down, it's fine. We want it just to be ready when we get there. So there's waiting on the pot stickers, and while the pot stickers are doing their thing, I am going to then mix together the cream cheese wontons because, again, we're going to cut the shallots for them, and then it's a mix, foldy, which is actually not really foldy. It's just kind of making it into a little pinchy dumpling bag, and going from there. So, how fine do you want this?
I'm going to zoom in here. Yeah, I think that's good. Yep.
Okay. There are probably a million recipes and different flavor combinations for pot stickers. If you don't, you could have make ponzu dipping sauce, but or just use soy sauce, which is what we do. Whoa, stuff's going sideways. At this point, I'm also going to turn this on to medium high, let it get warm, and then I'm going to throw the oil in there. So just make sure I have everything. Add a little soy sauce in here, 2 tablespoons, and then mixy. Man, the dog is being so bad tonight. And I bought him a whole bag of tennis balls, and he lost his mind earlier. I dumped them out, and he couldn't. He would drop one and pick one up, and drop another one and pick it up because they were I don't know, at least 10 or 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just so. If you got gloves, you can wear gloves, but my hands are clean. So just the best thing for this is just get in there and mix it together. And it's going to really, like I said, you're going to want to mix it really thoroughly because there is a lot of the water chestnuts that you need to get mixed in here. So don't be afraid to really put some time into this. Oh man, soy sauce mixed with the ginger and the garlic and everything smells so good. So
remember that time I accidentally gave Jack's tennis ball to the neighbor dog?
I do.
Because I didn't know it was his, so I threw it over the fence.
Yeah. It was, he was real disappointed because he was waiting there for it and whatever, and he threw it over. And he was like, what the hell, lady? That's mine.
I didn't know that.
If you've got stragglers on the side here of water chestnuts, it's fine. There's a lot in here, so it's not like it's going to be that big.
God, give the water chestnuts a break, man.
Whatever. I don't remember it being that much, so that's why. Okay. The soy sauce is light soy sauce. If you really wanted to, you could add your salt to this. I don't know what you normally do here, so.
Yep.
I don't think we normally add salt to it. Because, again, if you're going to use regular soy sauce, which you can, then you're going to want to have that ready as well to go in there, and that'll be salty enough. The soy sauce is still going to be plenty of salt. Don't worry. Okay, now, I need baby whips. Hunter, please get out of this kitchen. Take a glass with you. Down. And we're going to take this egg. And we're going to use this egg and water mixture for both the wontons and the pot stickers. I don't have a good technique for this. So you don't, just mix this up. But then when we get the wrappers out, then you're gonna see like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But
Practice.
the first one is never good.
Nope.
It's like a pancake or a waffle or whatever, or a crepe. For those who make crepes, John. And
Oh, John's got his technique down though for crepes. I don't
Yeah.
know if he makes bad ones.
all right. So I'm gonna get like
Those are really good raw, by the way.
these.
Salty.
Yeah, they're salty. They're just like salty dough.
You can. The other thing too is you can
Yum.
put a little cinnamon and sugar on them, and then or bake or fry them just by themselves, and then throw a little cinnamon sugar on. Woo, so good. Gus's back there
There's
cutting
like chaos going on in the back. Are you gonna use a
Scooper.
Yeah.
I am. So I think the smallest one again is what we're going to want, which is the number 40.
Really? That's the smallest one we have?
That is the smallest one we have.
Even that looks a bit big.
Well, we'll see what it is. If we have to, we'll go half of this.
Okay.
Okay, so just take some right in the middle. It's not bad.
I don't know. That looks like too much.
All right, well, I think it's going to be okay.
This should work.
It should work. It's going to be fine. If it isn't,
So you're going about half that thing now.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Still, that's easier than the
Yeah. Guessing with your hands.
yeah.
But it's a handy food, so maybe get your hands in there. All right, now again, you got to put it on the bias here. Spread it out if you have to, and then take your egg with your finger, and on this side,
Two sides.
yeah, that's what I meant. These sides, how about that? More accurate, everyone. And then, pot stickers, I don't really know how to make them round. I don't know if these are like the right,
I think they're round skins.
probably, you know what? Yeah. So ours are not going to be that. Ours are going to be triangles. So get yourself some round skins, do it right. But listen, go to a store, go to the refrigerated section where they're right. You know where they have that weird refrigerated section right next to the like produce? They're in there. So
Okay, put some oil in.
yeah. So now I need some oil. All you're really doing is you're going to get a nice coating.
It's enough.
Yeah. And I'm going to let this, I want the oil to be hot when it gets, when I put stuff down on it. So, okay. So yeah, pivot, get yourself some round ones and then, you're fine. If you want to, I don't know, we're just probably make it work by rolling it. I don't know. Let's try different shapes here. As long as it's sealed up. Like a little ravioli. I don't know. Or it looks like a meat candy. Like a little, like a cellophane wrapper.
Something wrong
Yeah.
with you.
So it is, meat.
I think that's too much filling.
You do, huh?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do them and then go, and then these ones are smaller, so
Fold it.
folded how?
No. Fold those ends towards the meat. No. It's sort of like that, yeah.
So now we're just making wontons, but we're gonna do them like pot stickers.
I guess, yeah. Hey, don't you have a cutter?
To make them round?
Yeah.
Probably. I do. Well, we'll try that on
The next round.
Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, again, if you fold them over around, it's going to be like this without the points. That's basically what it's going to look like.
But then you make the little on the top.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to that point. That seems like a lot. But
It's just pinching. It's pinching technique.
you're good at the pinching technique. Well, sometimes she pinches me on the back of the arm.
I have not done that in years.
Years. I think that might be an exaggeration, everybody. Yeah. All right. Let's get one rounded cut. I do recommend getting yourselves some cutters like this, dough cutters.
No, is that the biggest one?
No, this is the biggest one.
We'll do the biggest one you can do on that.
Okay. Let's see if I can find it. It didn't get put away. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So these go in the pan. Okay. On the oil, and then you put water in there.
Yeah, and then you're gonna.
And then you put the lid on, and that steams it.
So the what we're doing, the bottom basically is getting crispy, and then
after you steam them, you take the lid off, and then the water all evaporates, and they get even more crispy on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. And yes, exactly. You're doing a great job. It's like you know what you're doing.
It's sort of like that.
I think they're going to eat the same.
Yeah.
That one definitely is pot sticker shape.
Yeah. Ta-da! All right. So let's get these in to this oil. I want to swirl this around. It's pretty warm. I'm going to turn it down. Get my meat popsicle or my meat candy in there. So you get them in here, and then again, pretty quickly, you want, what do we say?
Half cup.
Half a cup of water. Now,
And the lid
water and oil
are dangerous.
are gonna get bubbly. It's fine. So just let this do this, and now we'll come back to it. Don't worry. So what you need for this is we take softened cream cheese, which we have just had out, and then we gotta dry this cup, half cup, because we need that for. Little powdered sugar, and that's because they're sweet a little bit when you put them in. Now I wouldn't go, don't go packing this down. You don't need to. Just get it, where it looks good. And then I would get your. Oh no! You know what they said to do? Ooh, I can use one of my new spatulas. My lovely wife got me a spatula because we want to mix it in, and we don't really want to
Whip it.
Yeah, we don't want to whisk it. We just want to mix this together. Ideally, you probably want this even more room temperature, but eventually it's going to come together. So you just get it in there and smear, right? Ooh, did we get the other recipe out?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, folks, every week we're improving. If you don't notice, maybe you don't notice, but up in the corner over here it says sidedish cookie. That's all of our socials. Look at that. Am I pointing even close to it?
You are. You're doing a good job.
I figured it out. And I was like, because you can add all kinds of stuff. I could just have like right here sometime. I could show you like that Mr. Rogers video of them going to the crayon factory and just the crayons shooting by or something like that. We were going to take a snippet of the egg roll episode where we were making the dipping sauce because you need dipping sauce and we're going to make that later. But
we're not quite that advanced yet.
We're not that advanced yet. But maybe in the future. Okay, so you see that it's come together. You got, basically have a filling. I'm gonna move that out of there. I'm gonna take this shot and we're gonna chop the hell out of it.
The whole thing? That seems like a lot.
Probably maybe half of it. This is a big shallot, so there's like shallots are weird, right? They grow and like, hiya! Oh, that didn't work.
There you go.
So I'm gonna bigger or small. What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the big side. I would err on. It's the only real extra flavoring that's going in this. I mean, right? There's not much other than the cream cheese and this. Okay. The other thing too is, let's say you were real hoity-toity and you wanted to make crab rangoon. This is exactly what you would do. Except go get some crab and then add it to this mix. You could use crab with a K, or you could use if you're super fancy, you could use real crab. If you were even fancy, you could use freshly steamed crab. Hey, Jack, what are you doing in my kitchen? And we're going to do as fine of a dice on this as we can, because again, we want this to not be big chunks, but we also don't want it to get lost overall. It's not. We're not professionals. This looks terrible tonight. So. We're going to do all of this, and then we're going to add what we feel is really appropriate. I'm going to get some of this out here because it's just loose bits.
Oh, he's being crazy, that guy. Maybe you should have gone for the smaller one.
I think we would have had basically the same problem. Oh man, maybe I'm just extra sensitive to like alliums today. For you who don't know that, alliums is the family that shallots and garlic and onions belong to. I'm sure that there's other things in the allium family, but those are the three that I can think of right off the top of my head. I'm going to give this an extra chop. That's how you know I'm real fancy, because you can hear the chopping on the board. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. I think, given the amount we have here, I would do half of what's sitting here. What do you think?
I think that sounds reasonable. You can always add more.
Yeah. So you got sweetness, and you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the shallot out of it, and the shallot's kind of a it's got a little bite, but it's also got sweetness to it. It's not like real bitey.
So the ones you get in restaurants must have green onion tops in them too.
You think so?
Yeah, because they always have a little green.
Let's put a little in there. The greens. We'll put down to here.
Yeah.
Of this in there. So I don't know if you can hear, but they're kind of going crazy in there. We can kind of understand where we're at based on the sound a little bit, and then also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when we get into that again, we're gonna flip those and then take the top off. No, that's right. We don't flip them. You just have one side that's crispy and the rest are sort of steamy and delicious.
Yep.
So you get a little contrast of texture. Get out of here, baby biscuit. And these do not take very long to cook, like maybe a minute. So because what's
To
in
fry?
here? To fry, yeah.
Yeah, because you're just cooking the dough.
Yeah, and it's like you're just getting it till it's like kind of golden brown, And if you had crab in here, the crab is already going to be cooked in the can. So you're just kind of warming everything up. And I think that's good, don't you?
Yep.
Ooh, that dog is real barky. He's like a terrible 30s. I read this thing. I read this thing about how dogs age, and they kind of age fast, and then they slow way down. So they get to be like, what do we say, in their 40s, really fast. So after a year is what they say, and then after that, it's like instead of being every 7, like
we
dog
were
years.
told, yeah.
Dog years are 7 years, and that's not true. So. All right, so this is good. This is real nice and real soft, and that's going to make it easy to scoop. So we can't use that scoop, obviously. So
You're going to have to use the old 2 teaspoons.
yeah, which is, just a technique. So what else has been going on? I don't, it's been pretty quiet overall. I think.
Can you move the...
Yep. Oh, get a little flurry. Like a magic show. All right, so get a nice, decent scoop, and then if you don't know this technique, what's it called? That's the cannoli or French. It's French term. But
It just dropped out of my bread basket.
That's about perfect. Okay. Now, bring your egg back into the pit party here. Get out of your shells. Okay. And then we're going to make a basket. So we're going to go all the way around. And this stuff, sticking the egg, the egg, like we talked about before, it's like glue once it gets on here. And then I'm going to pick it up, this edge, put it in my hand, and then you just kind of go, come on now. And put a pencil like that.
Like a little purse.
Yeah. And, we'll come out the top or whatever. It's
So
fine.
you might have gotten too much. And you're
Well-
pinching it too much, I think.
I'm pinching it probably too much. I don't know if there's a bigger.
You don't want it all condensed like that on the top. That'll be hard to eat. You want it like a little more flavor.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. This is my first one.
Well,
so,
okay, I'm just saying for the next one.
Yeah. I get it.
Sorry,
I didn't,
didn't mean to critique you
So
that much.
all I said was, I said it earlier. I kind of gave a disclaimer that that first one is never good. So
You did.
get it out. You better check it. I think it is. Good to go. Okay.
Okay, now you don't want to futz with them.
Well, I don't, but I just want to check the bottom a little bit. So I think they're getting close to done already. Because if you look.
Oh, yeah. That's done.
So, I didn't get a plate. I think that it's going to be enough cooking time. We'll just take some. Come on.
So they are top stickers.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They were supposed to stick a little bit. I don't know. They're going to be fine. I bet you they taste good. We're gonna break one open before we taste it to make sure the time is good. How long it should, if they're going to be cooked. All right, so I'm going to just let those cool, and then once again, do this real quick. Again, this doesn't take too long, right? It's going to be, again, the wrapping of everything. You could also hold it in your hand, then do it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Pull opposite corners towards each other and pinch them together. pull the other corners towards each other and pinch them into there.
Yeah, look at that. Ta-da. Good technique. Okay, we're gonna do. It says to like lay out 4 of these at a time, but just do what you feel comfortable.
When we make wontons too, because I'm lazy, I don't do the whole finger in the egg thing. I just dip or like basically like skim over the top 2 sides of the wrapper. And then I put the filling in and then I pinch it.
Oh yeah, see this is better. This is what she's talking about here. So, you've got my sort of, I don't know, what we call it? It's like a cream cheese.
It's a purse.
Purse. It's like, and you know what it is? It's like a bindle you put on a stick in a window going through town. So, they, this is completely off topic, but of cooking, but I said hobo, and there's like different types of language that they, back in the 20s and 30s when they were riding the rails, that they would use. And, you had a bum, you had hobos, and they all meant different things. They now mean kind of the same type of a thing. So, all right, I'm going to take these and get these in the oil. Okay, the oil's dropped a little bit, so I'm just going to get it back up. So while we do that, let's check our, this show, you wouldn't expect it to be organized, so. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
looks
All right,
good.
let's get us a dipping bowl. And again, you can make whatever dipping sauce you want, Ponzu sauce, you can have, sweet chili, that'd be good.
Hoisin.
Hoisin. You can mix hoisin and soy sauce, which I think is the recipe we saw that. You didn't get that, bro.
Thanks.
The thing about pot stickers in Nintendo is they're like crispy and soft, and you got good meat in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Best part about this recipe is that the meat mixture is simple. Throw it together. You, like I said, get them all done, and then cook them in batches. You don't want to have to do that.
Gonna use your spider to put those in?
I am. Piper, why are you in my kitchen? I'm like sweating all of a sudden. This is hard work back here, folks. But I'm at it for 4 hours getting ready and everything. So.
I took a long winter's nap.
Well, it's deserved. I also took a long winter's nap too, but
I took 2.
we got up real early this morning so we could go get some blood work done. We've been putting off and all that fun stuff. So
Yeah, I had a lot of pokes today.
yeah, they poked you like 3 times at the doctor. Put these on here in my bindle bag. That's what they call the thing on the stick, is a bindle. Some hobo terminology for you. So if you're
Why do you know so much about hobos?
I thought I read a rails one time when I was a youth, but
So you researched
that's
it?
not true. I would have never done that.
Did you even have a railroad in Kenai?
No. They had one in Anchorage. You could go Anchorage to Seward. But who wants to do that? Actually, I've done it. It's super fun. In the 4th grade, we took a class trip to Anchorage. I was the class president. And I was actually sad about that. I really wanted to be the treasurer for some reason. But then I realized as class president, I got to go to the bank and open the bank account in which we sold pencils and supplies around the school, and it raised money for our classroom to be able to go to this Anchorage trip. And we went to a dairy, and we saw those cows that have the ports in them, and then the guy reached into the cow with that port. And as a 4th grader, that's pretty traumatic because you're like, what is he doing? And I was fascinated. I was hooked by then. That's why I was like, I'm gonna have a dairy farm. I'm gonna go ahead and give me some cows and milk cows, and not be able to do that pork thing. I can tell you that much. Have some chickens and then just have a farm. That didn't turn out that way. I always told Amy if there was something happened to us, like in our relationship, I was just gonna, retreat back to Alaska and buy a bunch of land, live off the grid, and farm for the rest of my days.
Yeah.
Being a
You said you'd go be a farmer.
Irish bachelor in Alaska, just sitting out there.
I don't think you'd be a very successful farmer.
What are you talking about?
You don't like to get up early, and animals need to be cared for early.
They don't care. Animals don't care when they get fed.
Cows with full udders do care when they get milked.
Try not feeding Gus at 7:30 in the morning.
Listen, you made that bed, Denise.
Yeah, totally.
You could say our dogs, they're fine. Eating when I tell them to eat.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. You adapt. You adapt to anything. I adapted to getting up at 7 a.m. today on a Saturday. What?
By taking a 4-hour nap.
It was only 3. You took a 4.5 nap, so.
No.
All right.
Yeah, what is this whole cow portal thing? I know you've told me about
You've
this
never seen
before.
a cow with a
No.
Ted, were you in Mrs. Banks' class? Is Ted on the call?
Ted has not responded.
Oh. All right, so we're at 350, so let's just get these in here. Get them separated. There you go.
What's the portal for?
They do research with them, and they check gut health.
Gut health.
And so cows have 4 stomachs. They're like human. No, that's not even true. They're mammal composters. What goes into them comes out as workable compost. And so you have to let it kind of age a little bit to get the nitrogen levels down because it comes out. But they want to make sure the gut health is good, and it also contributes to the health of the milk.
So there was more than one 4th grade at your school?
We had, 3 or 4.
But they all didn't get to take this trip?
Nope. It was a class trip that we raised money for. So, like I said, we sold pencils and basically we were like a 4th grade office supply company.
Slash 4-H. Do you have something to drain those on?
Uh-oh. We got a blowout.
Oh, it sounds bad.
It's just a little bit of cream cheese eating hot oil. It's not even that bad. It just sounds angry. It's not really angry. All right. Good point about drainage. So you kind of want to flip these if you can. They're going to be trapped with air, and you're going to want to get. Come on. When I'm concentrating, I stick my tongue out. All right, so pro tip, we probably put a little too much filling in there, but it's not,
Are they all leaking?
No. But I've noticed on a few, this one has a bunch of air in it, and so it's not staying on one side, or not going to one side. So I'm trying to help out there. Anyways. That's kind of what you're looking for.
Ooh, those look delightful.
Don't go too crazy. Even my meat bag looks good. So, I'm gonna turn this way up because I didn't do that. The temperature did get a little hot. Okay. Make sweet and sour. We didn't do that, but we should. I'm gonna let these like sit for like a minute. And while they're sitting, we'll make some more pot stickers. So as you can see, this is like a multi-story operation here. When one's doing one thing, make sure you.
Well, I was even thinking like to make the cream cheese ones, well, and the pork ones, you could pipe them
Yes, you could.
and go like,
But as the pata choux for the churros taught us, I'm not real good at that. Right, and
well, you without a tip, if you just cut the corner of a bag, you'd be fine.
probably. But you know, churros very distinctly say that they are star tipped. So
I know.
you know, I don't want to mess with the churro coalition out there. They're kind of beating me up. So yeah, if you buy the wrong thing, or if you don't care about the shape, they're all going to eat the same. Plus, you maybe get some crispy corners out of the.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you should stop doing that because I do like the corners.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go again about half of a number 40. If you have a smaller one, it should be just enough, just enough to fill barely fill the middle here. It should be like that. That's it. If you can see that well enough.
Yeah, we can see it, but I'll zoom in.
Man, Gus has got a lot to say. He'd like to be the host of this show, but he is not, and I am. And here we are.
No.
So
He's trying to get the other dogs to play with him, and they're being butts.
all right. I mean, we've made it. I'm going to taste these in a minute. We're going to see how they go, and if they're garbage, I'm not going to tell you anyways. So
Your face will, though. You don't have a very good poker face.
the only thing I would maybe change in this is I would maybe you could take those shallots and sort of maybe grill them up a little bit, cook them up, so they're not so like super fresh. If you want.
Well, we don't know because we haven't tried this yet.
Yeah,
It might be very delicious.
it might be. So you just tell. You tell them. Same thing. This is going to be in a place where we want it. Goes in. And
Is it very delicious?
Well, it doesn't suck.
once you get going with this, you're going to get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm real good at this. And then you're going to be sad because you've developed this new skill and you will be done with all of it. And you will never have to use it again because you're going to be like, I don't want to make these forever because it's sort of a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. So I'm just, again, it's kind of, this technique is kind of just folding it against itself all the way down and then sort of letting it fan back out a little bit. Down it goes. And how is it? Pretty good?
It's good.
How's the shallot? Is it overwhelming?
No.
Is it crunchy? Is it?
The shallot's good. What I might do less of is the powdered sugar because the sweetness of the shallot.
Yeah. It's a good point. Good. So we don't need to. We can, so take your time, get everything ready. Make sure that you've got plenty of space, lots of stuff going on. Get your oil to a temperature that is, I'm going to turn that down again since it's going way up. Let's taste one. I'll eat this one. So I made this one real weird. So. Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's good about that? Right as I was taking a bite, I would take probably a quarter cup of the powdered sugar.
Instead of a half cup? Yeah.
And but as you bite into this, you really get a fragrant like green onion and the shallot like in your face.
Mhm.
It's really, really good. Mix in some crab with this. Oh, blow
yeah.
your mind. And at that point, you may want to leave it at half cup if you're adding the crab, just because it's more stuff and the crab's a little. I don't know.
I don't think so.
All right, well. That was hotter than I expected. Okay. We did it. That's it. Time plus, energy and effort. You can make a lot. But it says it's going to take 45 minutes or 30 minutes of prep to get these ready. They mean it. So take the time.
Because of the wrapping.
It's a wrapping. And you can it's like a factory. Get a bunch of people. This should be done with people. You shouldn't do this with yourself. Because how many pot stickers you really need? If you're me, you're going to need a lot. But next week, episode 40, who knows what we're going to do. It's crazy that we've done this for 39 weeks already, and we're just getting our groove on with the different things going on here. So as we move into the last quarter of our year for this, we're going to try some new things and try some different, and we'll see you in Portland when we get there. And remember, we love you, and be kind, be loyal, and do something nice for somebody this week. And we'll see you next week. Thank you for coming.